So let me come back to you, and this is a question for the two of you, and any of you can jump in. Now, looking at all that we've said, we've talked about finance, we've talked about technology, we've talked about a number of things. Now, Eric, from where you sit, what are the critical mindsets, tool sets, and if you like, call it the skill sets, that from where you sit, that you consider SMEs and startups must focus on to be able to develop, to become successful in this time? And the same question will come back to you. So, Eric, you shoot first, and then Francis will talk about it.
So
because you guys are come from two different spheres.
Correct. So you're right that it's a three-stage process.
Right.
It's got to be the mindset, it's got to be the skill set, and it's got to be the tool set.
Sure.
If you do it the other way around, it doesn't work. And most people do it the other way around.
Right.
This revolution starts in your mind. Right? And until we change our mind and our thinking, for example, one of the mindset that you need to change is start thinking as an African. You are an African born in Uganda. You are not a Ugandan born in Africa. You are an African born in Uganda. So begin to see your Kenyan as your brother and sister. So see a South African as the enemy. No, he's not. He's actually your brother. The barriers that sit us out today in Africa were artificial barriers that were created by our colonial masters. Before the colonial masters came, we were one big family in Africa.
That's true.
And I am excited that in the beginning of the 21st century, one of the most historic things we did was the African Common Market that came into force. This is the vision that our founding fathers, Kwame Nkrumah, Nyerere, had about integrating the continent. And so we are back on that track after 60 years of independence. Better late than never. So let's start thinking. The first mindset we need to change is start seeing yourself as an African. When you are building a business, see the business as a Pan-African business. Don't see the business as a Ugandan business. I'm not saying deny your Ugandan citizenship. That's what I'm saying. You're still from Uganda. But the barriers that make you Ugandan and Kenyan are artificial. They are not natural.
That's true.
Right? So that's a first important mindset. The second mindset, we've spoken about some of them. One of them is customers. You know, we talk about product, we talk about service. That's a core. The third mindset, the fourth mindset that you need to have is you need to understand that building a company is fundamentally about having the right people, the right team. So start thinking about your team or your stakeholders. This is, big firms say we use stakeholders.
Right? Correct.
Because they're beyond the core people that work for you.
Sure.
The shareholders, your team, your shareholders, the customers, the way you look at them is different, right? So, but you got to see all of those people as part of the critical element of that ecosystem that you create, right? So you start a company, you have your team, you create value for shareholders, customers have to buy the product. You have to think along all those stakeholders. And you must see them as an integrated ecosystem. Don't see your customers as, when we open the shop, then the customers come. No, the customers are part of your thinking even when you close the business. When you're home, when you're sleeping, right? So that mindset as seeing the customer as the centerpiece around which your business evolves is so critical. And then the last part of the second part of the equation is, so once you figure out that mindset, you now go to the skill set. So now you build the skill set that enforce that mindset. Like in Human Capital International, you are building a team of people that are beginning to provide human capital across the continent. So this event is being streamed in how many languages, you told me?
About four.
4 languages, and you're looking to get into all African languages, right? Because you change your mindset, you developing the organization to become a Pan-African organization. So you're recognizing that beyond English, there are a lot of languages, right? So if you are building a Pan-African business, you also need to think, it's not just Swahili. You need to start thinking of business in other languages, right? So you are beginning to create the skill sets that enforce that mindset, right? Then you start creating the tools. So some of the tools you have here, we have influencers, right? Some of them in different languages. We have broadcasters. They are the tools that are enforcing that skill set that you created, right? We have people who are typing it out and then transcribing. So you have to go through those 3 processes in order to be able to create that influence. But it starts with
the mindset. Interesting. I mean, I've never thought about it the sequential.
That's true,
Mindset, skill set, and then tool set. So almost like from the head, the heart, and then out. Interesting. Francis.
I don't know what I can add to that because you see, it's amazing how much power we have as individuals,
Right.
and at times we underestimate it. And just to add to Eric's point, there's so much stuff that can happen out there that you have no control over. This microphone right now can stop working.
Sure.
It can start raining. The AC can stop working. But how you respond to that external stimuli is in the mind.
Sure.
It's in the mind. Somebody can take away your tie, your shoes, your car, everything, but nobody can ever take your mind away. So the one thing that we all human beings have complete control over is our mind.
Fantastic.
And for as long as then you have that control of that faculty, then you should be fine. Because it rains cats and dogs and somebody stays in bed because it's so cold.
Yeah.
That's the response.
Yeah.
But actually, you should be going out because there's somebody actually who's going out to plant beans and vegetables.
Exactly.
Yeah? So
Somebody, when it was raining, they were happy. They woke up, let me go and plant.
Exactly.
But somebody decided to sleep that day.
Exactly. Same circumstances.
Same circumstance, different reaction.
responses, yes. So for you as an entrepreneur, as a business person, and even as an employer, I keep saying this, I'm a very simple guy. At times I look complex, but actually I'm really, really simple. Yeah. So I ask people that, would you work for yourself?
Right.
Would you work for you?
Right.
Because if you cannot work for you, it means then there are very few people who would rather work for you.
Precisely.
Yep.
So we started here this session with praying, and you can look at the Bible, it has all the answers, but it says, do unto others. Yeah? So if you're in business, would you buy from yourself?
Sure.
So the issue with being in business and being successful is continuous improvement. As a person, you should be competing with yourself.
Exactly.
I want to be a better Francis tomorrow than yesterday's Francis. I can't compete with Emmanuel or Eric. I don't know what his plan is. I don't know what his game plan. I don't know his agenda. I don't even know whether he's going to be around for another 2-3 years. And I should care, but maybe I don't care. Because
No, you shouldn't care. Actually, Francis, I believe in a concept that there's no competition in the world.
go.
You know why? Because each of us has a specific destiny and path.
Exactly.
I believe that going to mindset. So the way I understand life is figure out what you're supposed to do and then keep doing it. That's it.
Yep.
And there's something that you can do.
Yep.
Francis, Imano, I can go to all the school in the world. We
You
cannot
cannot
do
do
it
it.
because that's why
Yeah.
you are you.
Yeah.
So I personally don't believe in competition. People say, Eric, I'm just living the life. I've discovered what I'm here to do.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
Because
You
like
can-
you've said, Eric, how can you compete with me? We've just met today. You don't even know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's no way I can compete with
You
Francis.
cannot. Yeah. But
Because
the thing
your
is,
life is different.
exactly. But if we collaborate, the power
That's
of
why instead of
collaboration.
competition, it should be collaboration.
Yes.
Because Francis has unique strengths that I don't have. But if I collaborate with Francis, I can move myself further.
Yeah.
And this is the Africa adage that if you want to go far, you go together.
Yeah.
But if you want to go fast, you go alone.
That's right.
And there's a wisdom in that adage. The wisdom in that adage is that you leverage each other's strength
Yeah.
and you minimize each other's weakness.
Weaknesses.
And that's why you can go far.
Right.
And so in the real sense, that's why I don't believe there's any competition in this world. Because look at what Emmanuel has created. I cannot do it. Even if Francis cannot do it. And what Francis done in field of it, I have no clue. Right? But today we are on a panel together and collaboratively we are sharing insights that are important. And that's the way we must see each other. This is the point I'm making. Like, we must stop seeing each other Africans as competitors. We are not.
Yeah.
Good.
Anyway, sorry. But
Yeah. No, I think you've summed it really nicely.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with Rwandair today. Rwandair, the safest airline in Africa.
Rwandair, fly the dream of Africa.
So we pick travelers, our typical customers are people flying in and out of the country. So we pick those from the airport to wherever they're going and back. And we do this through a network of driver partners for whom we give regular business and improve livelihoods. They can book through WhatsApp, they can call us, they can email us. You know, we just try to make it as simple and convenient, as seamless as possible for our customers.
The Digital SMEs and Career Mentorship Program. The world economy has undergone a massive digital transformation and created a need for startups to adapt to these technologies. We intend to help save women and youth-focused businesses with the skills required to stay relevant. Join the movement today. Register today. HCI, working together to change the startups and SMEs narratives of Africa.